Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of Inside LSU Softball with Coach Beth Tarina. LSU returns home from Missouri with a rousing Game 3 victory against the Tigers and heads into this weekend series with a full head of steam against Auburn. Coach, welcome in. I think it's going to be an outstanding week at Tiger Park. You'll welcome in Auburn. You'll also celebrate some seniors.
We will, which, it's always bittersweet to let your seniors go. And this has been a really special group. They've been here with us for 4 years. And, they're the first group that's been under this coaching staff for 4 years. So it's a really special group to me. But, their season's far from over this weekend. They're going to play a lot more softball on Tiger Park as the season continues. And they have a lot more left to do.
Oh, that's really one of the best venues in all of college softball. Carley Hoover calls it home. It's one of her favorite places to play as well. And she takes us on an inside look at the facilities at Tiger Park.
Hi, I'm Carley Hoover with LSU Softball, and here's my favorite place in the world, Tiger Park. Let's go!
Hey, fighting Tigers, fight all the way. Hey, fighting Tigers, win the game today. You've got the know-how, you're doing fine. Hang on the balls, you hit the wall and smash it through the line.
Located on campus next to the Mississippi River, Tiger Park is more than just a softball stadium. A two-story office suite rises above the first base line, providing a home away from home for the players and coaches. So here's where the LSU softball team calls home. This is where we get ready before games, get our game face, game hair all ready. Some of the best players in college softball have called this place home, like Brittany Mack, Rachel Fico, and Kelsey Kloss. So here's my personal locker. It's not the tidiest of spaces, but it's something that I can call my own. I keep some motivational things. I keep our team playing cards. I keep some hats and stuff, a little taste of Louisiana over here. And also I always keep up some bracelets that some little girls make me after games, and I keep those in my locker as well. So now let's head over to the team lounge. So here we are in the team lounge. It's just a great place to chill and relax when we need to just get away. We have some motivation up here. We can never be too motivated. We have our TV and sound system over here, and our sound system actually connects to our locker room, so we bump our, trap music before games. We can watch SportsCenter, play some Wii. Here we have a senior, Kaylee, lounging in the lounge. We also have some more decor on the back wall that we're gonna have to change when we win the championship this year. And here's my favorite napping spot. This is the media room. A lot of cool things go down here. In fall, we work a lot on mental training and mental imagery and the mental aspect of the game. Every single person has an assigned seat. This is actually my seat. There's a little sneak peek. Behind me, we have our World Series teams, and you'll see over there's a perfect slot for our 2015 championship team. We're so thankful to have a room like this. A lot of other schools don't. This is actually where we found out AJ Andrews was drafted 7th overall to the Chicago Bandits. Up next, we have Coach's office. So here we are in one of Coach Tarina's 2 offices. Over here, we have the trophy collection on the wall. These are all the past World Series teams, and we're already going into redecoration plans after our championship win this year to redo the whole wall. Here we have our extensive collection of bows, and if you ask nicely, Coach will personalize you one herself. And if you look a little closer, we'll see Coach herself in her natural habitat. This is our equipment room. This is where our management staff keeps our fit looking right. We actually have 2 pro players and 1 national team player in our management staff this year, so they take really good care of us. This is where we have everything: pants, sweats, jackets, bags, BP shells, all the LSU swag. This is the home of the Fantastic Four. Right now you're looking at 25% of the Fantastic Four. We have our dummy down there, Big Leslie, to throw out when batters are busy and don't want to stand in. We have our pitcher toy closet over here for any accessory you can ever think of. Let's check out some more of this beautiful place we call Tiger Park. These are the indoor batting cages. We just got brand new turf for the SEC tournament. You'll catch anyone in here at midnight, 6 a.m., rain or shine. We're in here all the time, getting some cuts in. You never know when you're gonna need that pinch hit home run. Here we are in the LSU training room. This is where our trainer and her assistants go to work on us and keep us looking fresh. They also cut a lot of fruit for us in the back and provide us with snacks every day for practice and games. They're a huge part of why we're such a success on the diamond. Speaking of that, let's go check out the field.
You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. Bianca Bell has done it again, and she is swinging Excalibur right now.
So here we are in the LSU dugout. This is where the magic happens. You could catch Captain America. Some of us might be calling Judy. A pizza might be delivered in mid-game. You just never know. And it overlooks Tiger Park, the finest ballpark in the country. This is where LSU softball goes to work. When we step on this field, we're the best team in the country.
2-2, comes right after and strikes her out. Another 1-2-3 inning.
She shows bunt, runners moving. A.J. Andrews gets up at third and scores standing.
Gets on a roll like she was. There she goes.
You can pucker up and kiss another one goodbye. Jake Wish to the top of the berm.
When LSU designed Tiger Park in 2008, they included a massive seating area for the fans in left field called the berm. With room for more than 1,200 people, the berm becomes an intimidating place for opposing teams. Not only that, but it's a great place to bring your family and let the kids run around during games. Here we are at the berm, probably the best seats in the house. It's the best place to get a souvenir. You can catch your home run balls, you can get your LSU autographs after the games. We sign pretty much everything from trading cards, t-shirts, foreheads, arms. I've kissed a cheek before, but I don't know if that counts. This is our mascot, Mike the Tiger. He greets everyone who comes here to watch us play. I hope you've enjoyed our tour here at Tiger Park. I can't wait to see y'all out at the next game. Reporting for Inside LSU Softball, I'm Carley Hoover. See you on the mound.
Pretty tough place to play. The Tigers are 30-1 at home. That's the best record in the Southeastern Conference. When we return, we'll look ahead to the highlights against Missouri, all 3 games, plus a feature on LSU's slap hitters and their vaunted offensive attack. You're watching Inside LSU Softball.
It's so amazing to see what can happen when all of us buy into one goal and are moving in one direction. It's like, it actually gives me chills sometimes just thinking about how far we can go if we keep going this way. It's amazing.
And we're back on Inside LSU Softball. The Tigers blasted Missouri in Game 3 9-0. That's their 17th run rule victory of the year. Coach, to get the series started, you had to deal with some rain issues, but that didn't stop you from going up 2-0 in the first couple of innings.
Yeah, the rain made for a long day. You know, we got to the park, started our warm-up, had to stop, go back to the hotel. So, it made for a long day. I think it's good for our team to face some adversity sometimes, though, because I think it happens to us throughout the season. So I think it's good for them to face some adversity and have to deal with it. And, I think we could have done a little bit better job in dealing with it, but I don't know that the rain ended up being the biggest factor in the game. I think we made some other mistakes that, we needed to improve, and I think we saw that improvement as we, finished up the weekend.
So you feel like they reacted pretty well coming off that rain delay?
I think they did, and I think, we've had our fair share of rain here in Baton Rouge, and, we've had our fair share of weather throughout the season. So, I don't know that the rain was a huge factor, but like I said, it definitely made for a very long day for our team, and I don't know if fatigue or any of that was a factor, but it definitely made for a long, long day.
Kelsey Kloss provides some offense. She hits her 11th home run of the year. She's got 4 of LSU's last 6 home runs. She's seeing it well.
She is seeing it well, and she's capable of providing so much power, and she really steps up when the team needs a little bit of a lift, and she's done such a great job in the last few weekends, and it's great to see her do it against such good pitching. She's seeing the best pitching we've seen all year here in this late part of our SEC schedule, and she's just continuing to swing and swing well, and it's nice to see her do it and do it against such talented pitchers.
You had a couple of very nice defensive plays in this game, but Missouri ends up getting the victory 7-2. In Game 2, you fall behind early, and it's hard to climb out of that hole.
It is, and Missouri's playing some of the best softball they've played all year. They were on a 10-game winning streak and just doing a lot of things really well. They had 2 really solid arms, and I think on the other side of it, we didn't play well. We made a bunch of mistakes and things that needed to be cleaned up, but I think we saw a nice response from our team on Monday night.
Bianca Bell gets you on the board, another extra base hit. That was the only one of the game for your offense, but her 14th home run.
Yeah, and she's just such a special player, and she's just capable of doing so many great offensive things. And, she's been our leader all season long. She continues to be our offensive leader, and we really look to her when we need a lift. And I know she tried to give it to us in that game, but, it just wasn't quite enough.
Bailey Landry picked up an RBI in the 4th, driving home Constance Quinn, but that would be the end of the scoring as Missouri wins 10-2. and takes the series. Game 3, a must-win, and your team certainly embraced that challenge on offense and defense.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about having a little bit different mentality and showing up to the park confident. And, I think they started to doubt themselves a little bit, and I'm not really sure why. They have a great record. They've had a great season. They've done so many things well. But still, sometimes that doubt creeps into your head and you start second-guessing yourself. And I think, they came out with a much more confident mentality. They had some swagger. They had, a little something about them on Monday night, and I think it showed, and it showed in their play.
It looked like it might be a pitcher's duel early on, and then in the third inning, Bailey Landry drives in A.J. Andrews, and the runs just keep on coming.
Yeah, they did a great job of just continuing to adjust to Paige Lowry, who's a really talented pitcher. She did a great job all weekend against us, but, they did a good job of making the adjustment. I think once this offense starts rolling, they just continue to go. They're very contagious, and that's another thing we talked about, is somebody step up and be the leader, and the rest will follow, and I think we saw that.
Kelsey Kloss with the sac fly drives in Bell. That makes it 2-0, and then you got a couple opportunities. You put somebody on, and Sandra Simmons with a huge at-bat.
She had such a great day on Monday night. She's seeing it well. She hit the ball hard, and all of her at bats. She did such a great job, and it's so nice to see a player like that have such success because she's worked so hard. She's been putting in so much time in the cage. She's been working so much, and it's nice to see all of that work pay off. And that's truly what happened on Monday. Is all the time that she's been putting in truly paid off for her to be, the hero of that game.
So LSU takes a 5-0 lead going into the fourth. Meanwhile, Carley Hoover is putting zeros up on the scoreboard. Why was she so effective the second time around?
She made a nice adjustment from game 1. I think she was able to mix her pitches better. She was able to locate better. I think we limited her mistakes, and I think she did a really good job of just trying to go out and compete and not worry so much about all the little details and things. She just went and competed against them, and she knew we needed a big performance, and she was able to deliver it for us.
First pitch of the 5th inning, Bianca Bell blasts a home run and erases any doubt about who's going to win this game. That was a fierce home run.
Yeah, and it's nice to see her step up and be ready to hit, right when she gets in the box and be able to take care of a first pitch like that. It was a lot of fun seeing her do that. But, she has such an attack mentality, and I think, any pitch that you throw, whether it be the first pitch or the last pitch, you're in a danger zone with Bianca Bell. So I think the fact that she stepped in the box ready to hit, she has that mentality all the time. I think that shows what kind of player and what kind of hitter she is.
The hit parade continues, back-to-back hits by Jaquish and Kloss. That chases the starter out, and then Dylan Schupak puts the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. I think our team worked really hard for that win. They had put in a lot of time. They'd had a team meeting. They'd done a lot of things to try and get themselves back into a good mentality, and I think they found it. And, after the game, A.J. Andrews said, this win feels different than some of the others. This feels like, some of the big wins that we've had in this season, like the Florida win and some other ones. And she said, let's remember this feeling, and I hope that this win can, continue to carry them as we roll into a tough Auburn series, as we roll into this weekend. I hope that this can continue to give them some momentum. They played great softball on Monday night, and hopefully that can give them the confidence that they're looking for.
Final run driven in the game was by the freshman Emily Griggs. Chops one up the middle. I think Missouri was pretty well beaten after that moment.
Yeah, it was nice to get the insurance run on the run roll right there, to get the 9th run, just to make sure that, we could play defense more aggressively there in the bottom of the 5th inning, and we could act like we had the lead. Felt confident. They had, a great mentality about them. They attacked Missouri, and that's the team that we want to see show up for the rest of the season.
LSU gets the victory 9-0. When we return, we'll take a look at LSU's slap hitters who don't just reside at the top of the lineup. You're watching Inside LSU Softball.
Well, the power of one means that we're all like one team for one goal. We're all, pulling for each other. I really don't think there's one person on the team who's going against, what we believe and what the coaches, feel. I feel like we're all pulling towards the same goal, and just that unity is really helping us come together, under the power of one.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside LSU Softball. Coach Beth Tarina joining us inside the Tiger Park office suites. Coach, the slap hitter is something that's really kind of unique to softball, and their talents can quickly change the outcome of a game.
They can. They say, speed never has an off day, and I think that's very true. I think when they have speed, they just have so many weapons, And the thing that's so special about our slappers is they're true triple threat players. They can bunt for a hit, they can slap for a hit, and they can hit the ball out of the park for a hit, and we've seen them all do that at some point in their career. So, I think it's really tough to play defense against them, and I think they can kind of choose their weapon based on what type of pitching we're seeing. So if they're, feeling like that they're struggling a little bit, or they're doing something, the pitcher's doing something that's tough, they can bunt and still beat it out, and then if they're seeing it really well, they can swing and have some big RBIs. So those guys are so special to this lineup. I think they're so talented. They're very different than the other hitters in the lineup, but they have so many weapons. They make our offense so strong.
They're a big part of why the offense is hitting 350 as a team. How rare is it to see that blend of speed and hand-eye coordination at the same time?
Yeah, we have 3 in this lineup that are very talented, and then Sandra Simmons that can do a little bit of everything as well. But with Emily Griggs, AJ Andrews, and Bailey Landry, they're really special. They have excellent speed. They have excellent power. I think to see somebody that's capable of doing all 3 aspects of the game is pretty rare, and those guys are so special, and they're just such tough outs for other pitchers. And I think there's days where our offense has struggled, but it's really tough for all 3 of those guys to struggle. They seem to always make something happen at the plate. They always spark our offense, and they're honestly the big reason why we put up the big run numbers that we do, because when those 2 guys get on and sit at the table, then it's so great for Bianca Bell to hit behind that. Savannah Jaquish, Kelsey Kloss, now it's no longer a solo home run, it's a 3-run home run, it's a multi-RBI double, and those guys are a big reason why we're putting up big run numbers.
All right, let's take a closer look at the art of the LSU slap hit.
The game of softball is incredibly fast, so it's the slappers' job to put pressure on the defense, to be the table setters, to get on base.
A slap hitter runs from one corner of the batter's box through the front where they'll make contact and can either soft slap, hard slap, bunt, or take a full swing. Ball placement is critical, and when they make contact, they are already in motion and make it to first base quicker.
Just from experience being an outfielder, I feel more comfortable when a team has no slappers, just because slappers are so unpredictable. They can do whatever they want to do, basically. They're fast, there's just a lot that can happen. Some slappers can drop it in the infield, and then some can hit it to the fence. It's just, you never know what to do. I always feel more comfortable when there's just big power hitters that have to hit it through the infield to get on base.
When a slapper makes contact with the ball, they can place it anywhere, from 1 foot in front of home plate to anywhere in the outfield. This action can manipulate the opposing team's defense due to the slapper's incredible batting versatility.
AJ's at the top of the tier as far as that goes. She's incredibly strong. She hits the ball so hard. That's how she is successful, is getting it through the infield. Now she's very fast, so she could be more of a touch and go slapper where she just puts it on the ground and beats it out. She could be that, but it would kind of be wasting the strength that she has.
And really and truly, how AJ Andrews goes is how the Tigers go. The more time she gets on base, I think 80% of the time last year, 85% of the time, whenever she scored, we won. And so, when you look at those numbers like that, that's just a kind of a crazy number that one player can change a game like that much.
First off, who wouldn't want to hit behind AJ? Most of the time she's on base, so all I have to do is get down a bunt or just hit the ball on the ground and we get a runner in scoring position. So for my job as a second hole hitter, just to get her in scoring position or score her, by her being on so much, it makes my job so much easier.
Bailey is extremely ballistic. She's similar to AJ in that aspect. The ball comes off her bat incredibly fast. It's kind of scary when you do see the infield moving in because she can hit it so hard. Sandy uses the slap less often than everybody else does, but she's a very intelligent player. She reads the defense and she can put it in front of the defense if she needs to. She's a very good bunter as well. I love working with Emily. She has a lot of power too. She can hit the ball through the infield. She can swing. We're working on her bunting right now. She gets so excited. She laid down a bunt in the Florida game. It was a really exciting moment for her, and I was so pumped. But she's more hit it through the infield, hit it where the fielders aren't. Taylor's biggest asset is her speed. She is one of the fastest on the team, if not the fastest. Bunting's probably her greatest asset. Sydney's a great kid. She's very selfless. She can bunt, she can soft slap, she can chop, she can hard slap. She can kind of do it all, which is really cool. And she's just right now learning the speed of the game.
The power of one. It really goes to show what one team can do when they really genuinely believe in every single person on that team and they all come together and fight for one purpose, one goal. And if that truly happens, which I believe is happening on our team, I think that there's no one that can stop us, and we will reach our ultimate goal, which is the trophy, national championship.
Our player performance of the week belongs to the junior from California, Sandra Simmons, who in her final 2 games against Missouri went 3 for 6 and had a huge 3-run home run.
So nice to see someone that's been working so hard, see all of that work pay off, and she truly was the spark this offense needed on Monday night. It was a huge win. It was something the team really needed for our pride, for, you know, just to salvage that series and just to come away with some confidence for the team, and she truly stepped up and did it, and I'm thankful for all the work that she's put in to get her to this point and to make her so successful. She had a great game Monday night.
Our final segment of today's show, and before we talk about the series against Auburn, we'll remind you to follow the Tigers on social media at LSU Softball. You can also follow Coach Tarina at Beth Tarina on Twitter. Coach, with the offense of Auburn meeting the Fantastic Four in the circle, I think college softball's eyes are going to be on Baton Rouge this week.
It's going to be an exciting series, and Auburn's a really quality program. They're having a great season. So, you know, it's a series that I've been excited about all year long as they've continued to play so well. So we're looking forward to hosting Auburn all weekend long. We're looking forward to our senior weekend, to honoring those 3 who've done so much for this program. And you know, like I said before, it's bittersweet, but we're so proud of what they've accomplished in their time, and we're so excited to see what they continue to do with the rest of their lives. I know they're going to be successful at whatever they do.
You in the regular season against Auburn at home, and then the next week, the SEC tournament, and all the best teams from the league come right here. Should be an exciting matchup.
It is one of the best events in college softball all season long. To see that many quality programs in one place, I think it's so exciting for everybody to follow the SEC tournament, and we're so proud to be the host of that this year, and I think it's going to be a great event.
You can get your tickets online at lsutix.net. Bring your family out and maybe enjoy a nice Saturday afternoon on the berm. For Coach Tarina, I'm Garrett Walford. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week with highlights from the Auburn series and a look ahead to the SEC tournament. We'll see you next week.